You know, just last night I was surfing E3, watching a stream, expecting some great games, and out of nowhere, an interview drops with some familiar faces out there. Some esports CEOs, that being Hector Rodriguez, interviewing Nadeshot with VENN. For the Origin series, I believe to date only one episode has been released of that. That was Hex with Fwiz, the head of YouTube Gaming. So for this to be broadcast on E3 out of nowhere, I was kind of delighted. It was actually sitting down a great interview, maybe not for the E3 crowd who is anxiously awaiting the release of video games and trailers and teasers, but for me, as an esports fan, it was really cool, and I thought nothing more of it. Broadcast live on A3, here was a great clip between Nadeshot and Hex around the current model of esports.
Importantly, any single time that somebody tells you that you're only a hoodie and you haven't won any championships, just remind them the amount of championships that you won at Optic.
Well, and then we won multiple championships on our Thieves.
That's what I'm saying.
We won 2 majors of Call of Duty. We won multiple Fortnite tournaments. I mean, people might not count those or whatever the case may be. Won this Valorant tournament, First Strike, a major right there. We've only been around for 4 years.
Yeah.
We're not even 4. We were 3 years in 4 months.
Yeah.
And people are talking about, yo, why have you won a championship? You know how hard it is to win in League of Legends when I got these teams spending $8 million on a roster in a year?
Yeah.
Bro, they can't, and that's not even including buyouts. I'm like, yo, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
What do you want? Like, truly, what do you want?
Yeah, you're actually
I feel like Ryan Gosling in The Notebook. Hold on, keep the cameras going because I'm going to keep going. You guys don't understand. I mean, Hector understands. You don't understand how hard it is to win in esports. You come in, and we came in January of 2018. Player contracts and relationships with the owners and the talent managers and the agencies already exist. Yeah. We had to come in and do right by our first couple players to build relationships with other players. And then get into the Counter-Strike. We had bad luck in 2018 with the Brazilian roster. Things didn't pan out. That would have been like a top 5 team on paper. We had a great Counter-Strike team for a little bit. We came in Call of Duty, won championships. League of Legends, if you're not spending the most money, you ain't going to win. It's crazy. Yeah. So people give us a hard time about not winning, but we've won, and it's only been 3 years. Every other team's been around for 10 years.
10, 15 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Can you give me a break?
Yeah.
Cut me some slack, man.
Can you give you a break?
It was only after I posted that clip that we found out that apparently Nadeshot had no idea that interview was going live at all. Later taking to Twitter to clarify what seems to be a TLDR of the situation, Nadeshot sat down with Hex for that VENN Origin Story series. Again, VENN Esports has not released any other episodes, including this episode with Nadeshot yet, and apparently months of radio silence. He thought maybe afterwards was going to get a chance to review that interview that he did for Hex with VENN. Months of radio silence, and of course, out of nowhere, later down the road, he finds out it's being broadcast live to an E3 audience, which is probably not the primary audience for that interview. Yes, it's gaming, but it's not esports, and we all know those are very different audiences. When you have an E3 crowd who is anxiously awaiting games, and all of a sudden they get a lengthy discussion between 2 esports CEOs that they probably, some of them, don't know about at all. I understand the frustrations. Apparently, Nadeshot getting hate for this being a 100 Thieves promotion when he had no idea it was going out in the first place. As he first said, disappointed in Watch VENN. I did this show as a favor to my brother Hex. We sat down and had a real conversation, and I said explicitly that I wanted to review the episode before it was published in case I wanted anything cut. Radio silence, and a few months later, they published the episode live on E3's official channel without any context or communications with me directly. Not one single second or asset was ever sent to me or reviewed. I had no idea this was happening, nor did I consent. I appreciate the supportive comments regarding the interview, but it's about the principle. Not one time was it disclosed this episode would be premiering on E3 under any circumstances, on top of the fact that I never saw the episode after we recorded. I'm just disappointed. And then later showcasing the kind of tweets he was getting as if it was some kind of 100 Thieves promotion they were paying for. As a random Twitter user said, so let me get this straight, 100 Thieves paid E3 money to come on stream and brag about the money they've spent, people he's met, and how his esports team gets crapped on. Please buy my streetwear so I can do more cool stuff and cry about how hard my life is. And then adding Nadeshot directly. To which again, we later find out was not paid for by 100 Thieves or by Nadeshot, was not told it was going to be premiering live on E3, and what he seems to stick to it seems that he was told, or there was kind of an agreement that he would get to review or, omit any part of that interview that he felt was not appropriate. And again, I do agree, primary audience wise, this was a lengthy interview, a great one at that. I can't wait for VENN to actually release it fully on their channel for you guys to check it out, or go to the E3 Twitch VOD around 4 hours and 50 minutes in. You'll find that same interview. But obviously, Nadeshot was upset for clear reasons. And well, what did y'all think about it? It was actually later on he did get response from VENN on all of this, and pretty fast it seemed. As the last part of his post says, after speaking with Watch VENN, I don't believe there was malicious intent on their end. This was a miscommunication and we've cleared things up. I appreciate them reaching out and taking care of me. All good on my end. Sorry I stirred the pot. Was a frustrating moment, to which Ariel Horn of Watch VENN did respond and apologize, and glad things are cleared as well. So hey, at the end of the day, both sides seemingly have made up. It's all clear. That's the good part of this. What a giant miscommunication to have on that interview. But at the end of the day as well, what I was left with was it was a great interview. If you guys missed out on the first origin stories between Hex and Fwiz, it was great. And obviously the chemistry and the history between these two, Nadeshot and Hex, was going to be an amazing interview. And especially when they spoke on the current profitability model in esports, I thought it was stellar, trying to compete with other organizations who have been around longer, who have more capital. Of course, Optic and 100 Thieves and FaZe have certainly bent and twisted that model and are trying to grow outside of what we typically see from an esports organization. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really inspiring. But what did y'all think? Maybe we'll talk about more of those clips sometime in the future if you want it. Nadeshot was pissed, but then apparently it's A-okay. All right? Until next time, you take care of yourselves. It's currently 5:34 in the morning. I'm going to go enjoy my first cup of coffee. Hope y'all do the same with some water on the side. Till next time, take care. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Okay, bye.